right here. Don't let anyone in.
Right across the street from Staples Center, where on Saturday you're looking to do a great show, unifying titles. What's the mentality right now, just a few days away?
Just stay focused. I'm finally here for this moment. It's been a hard 8-10 weeks inside the gym, in a hot gym, and I'm excited just to be here and ready to fight now.
Shawn Porter's been very vocal saying that he's going to handle you every round like no one else has. When you hear that, what do you make of that?
Nothing. I think he's just blowing a bunch of smoke over people's asses. So I can't wait. I'm ready. I'm prepared to fight every round, 1st to 12th, and if I get the knockout, then I get it. But that's something I definitely want.
Speaking of the knockout, we've seen you usually pretty chill, laid back, but this time you went to his face and told him, "I'm going to knock you out." Where is all of this coming from?
I'm finally getting my opportunity. I'm finally getting my opportunity to get the unification fight. I've been asking for these guys for a long time, and it's finally happening. So, I'm pumped up. Probably just years of frustration.
I mean, you're already a star within boxing. Do you feel like a victory on Saturday will elevate you to a superstar?
I'm definitely a great performance. Great performance, especially a knockout performance, will elevate me into a superstar.
Thank you very much. Good luck.
Thank you.
Hey, Errol, I noticed you have your daughter with you here today. Your friends with you ringside. Are your children about the age now where they're able to understand what's happening?
Oh yeah, they've been understanding. They've been, every time I put my shoes on, they ask me either I'm going running, or you finna go run, or you finna go to the boxing gym. So, they've been understanding what's been going on, and they're always in the gym. They've always been watching sparring and stuff like that. So it doesn't scare them at all.
What is it that you want to teach them, through your work ethic, watching you perform in this level of your career?
Just teaching, you got to work for everything you want, and they witness this firsthand. So, that's something I want, even though, their dad have money and things like that. I want them to work on their own independently and for everything that they want, and just know that nothing's going to be handed to them throughout life.
This is your second pay-per-view in a row. The first time was at home. Now you're on a big stage in LA in the Staples Center. How close do you think you are at being the superstar that you have your goals set on?
I'm pretty close. Just got to keep working. Like I said, I'm going to put my hat on. I'm going to work, keep my head down, and keep working. So, with a great performance from Saturday night, especially if I get a knockout victory, I think that will prepare me to be a superstar that, I'm destined to be.
You said that you didn't want to knock out Mikey Garcia. That wasn't your goal that night.
I said I didn't want to. I said I didn't care if I did it or I didn't. Because a lot of people doubted my skill set and saying that, he could skillfully outbeat me. The only way I could beat him is through just brute force and just, physically just dominating him.
You care if you knock out Shawn Porter?
Oh, I definitely care. It's something that I definitely want. So, I'd be disappointed if I didn't.
What makes this fight different than that one?
It's just, Shawn been talking a lot. His father been talking a lot. And, we're to the point now where, he even said that he want to knock me out. So, hopefully he keeps that same energy on Saturday night.
Lastly, you're talking about unification. Obviously, Undisputed is the goal. If you are successful on Saturday, who's the next belt you want to take?
I want the Pacquiao fight, but if that don't happen, then we'll look elsewhere. So if that don't happen, maybe we'll talk to Terrence Crawford and his team, or we'll talk to somebody else. But I definitely want that fight. I even can see myself moving up to 54 and fighting for titles. We'll see.
We saw the legend Pacquiao give Thurman a lot of trouble. What is it that you can feel like you can do with Pacquiao that Thurman wasn't able to?
I just feel like my name not Thurman, my name's Spence, so I can do a lot to Pacquiao that Thurman couldn't do. And Pacquiao put on a great performance. Like I said, he's a living legend. It's a compliment, that he's been doing. It's been great. He has 2 great victories, and I feel like a lot of people saying writing him off. But the performance that he put on with Keith Thurman, that was Pacquiao of old. So I would definitely like to fight Pacquiao and get that victory under my belt.
And lastly, we talked about the Canelo fight being a possibility at 68 once before. Now that he's up with Kovalev, do you feel like that's a wise decision on his part? And can Kovalev win that fight?
Wise decision for Canelo?
Yeah.
Yeah. Canelo chasing greatness. If he loses, you can just say Kovalev was too big. So if he wins, man, that's mega. That's huge. So, I think Canelo can pull it off. I think, Kovalev kind of slowing down a little bit. He still has that power. So if Canelo can take his power and, throw his combinations like I know he can and use his skill set, I see Canelo winning. Which is Canelo's win, and it gives no excuse for people saying that, Mikey Garcia didn't have a chance. So we'll see.
If you jump 2 weight divisions to 60, how do you beat Canelo?
I'm not talking about that right now. I'll talk about it. Ask me after the Sean Porter fight. But, you know, right now I'm just focused on Sean Porter.
Lastly, one statement Saturday night that you want the fans to come away with talking about Errol Spence when that final bell rings.
I just want to say it was an entertaining and dominant performance by myself. So that's something I'm really looking to do. It's something I'm adamant about. It's something that I talked to my coach about, you know, even before training camp. So, you know, I'm looking for an entertaining, dominant performance by myself.
Good luck Saturday night. Thanks for your time.
Errol, last time one of the last times you were here for Mikey versus Easter, they showed you on the crowd cheered, they showed AB, and they booed. Do you feel that the crowd support will be behind you on Saturday?
Definitely. You know, I think I got a lot of support wherever I go just because, you know, just my whole demeanor is just how I am. You know, people can walk up to me, you know, I'm reachable, untouchable, and things like that because they look at me and see themselves in me. So, you know, I think I have a lot of support. I have a lot of fans out there, you know, and I think, you know, they're going to support me because, you know, I don't only fight, you know, to get the victory. I fight because I want to be crowd pleasing. I want, you know, the crowd to entertain themselves too. So, you know, I think I have a lot of support Coach Saturday.
Talk about that demeanor and how that helps you in situations like this, the big fights that you're into, that calm demeanor. And then also, on the flip side of that, when you turn that on for the fight to be a monster in the ring?
I think the demeanor helped me a lot because a lot of people they don't really know if I'm excited or not.
That's very true.
Yeah,
very true. I think we'd all agree.
Yeah, they don't know if I'm excited or not, or, you know, just a regular day. You know, that's how I'm looking. So, you know, that's just how I am. And I think it helps me a lot because it keeps me calm and it keeps me focused. And even come fight night, I'm not wasting a lot of energy, nervous and, you know, batting my fingers and moving around. You know, I keep a lot of it stored inside of me until the bell ring, and then I unleash it all out. So.
How do you keep calm before the big fight like this? What are you doing to kind of relax yourself and just kind of, I know you got your family with you, you got your girls to kind of keep you smiling. She was actually trying to steal the show out there when you were doing your dance. But how do you keep calm?
It's just something. It's just how I've always been. You know, I can't just say I practice it or, you know, I maybe been meditating or something like that. It's just something that's always been inside of me. Somewhere I've always been, even as a little kid. You know, I always had that calm demeanor, so, you know, it's just me.
Talking about Man Down Promotions, talk about that, where that started from, and then Strap Season, kind of how the collaboration and all that, the initiation.
Well, I started Man Down Promotions. I actually have 3 fighters on this card. So, you know, they'll be fighting on the card. They're all undefeated except one. He has 1 loss. So, you know, it's going to be a great event. And they're all from Dallas, too. So, you know, I want to keep it at home first and then bring these guys up, guys like Burley Books and Amon Rashidi. So, you know, I just want to keep it at home and keep a small stable. I don't want a huge, big stable because you can't focus on everybody with a big stable. So, these guys I have, only 3, I can just build them up and get them on cards, and hopefully they'll fight for a world title and put them in the best opportunity.
Hey, after the fights, you always call out everybody out that doubted you before the fight in the press. We know you pay close attention. Is anything said in the press or by anybody that pissed you off a little bit that you can't wait to answer?
I always pay attention. You have to find out post press conference.
You said that you're going to try to go for Manny Pacquiao after this, and if not, Terrence Crawford. Is that kind of the 2 main guys you're looking at next? One or the other?
I mean, it's a lot of guys on that list. Like I said, I could move up to 54, or, you know, I could stay. You got Danny Garcia, you know, you got Pacquiao, you got Crawford, you got a couple more guys, Ugas. So, I mean, I got options, so I'm not worried about if I don't get the Pacquiao fight, if I don't get Terrence Crawford fight. You know, there's other quality fights up there for me, so I'm not worried about it.
Sean Porter was here earlier. He said that this is a legacy fight for you. Is that the same for you? Is this a legacy fight?
Definitely. I mean, this is, you know, a unification fight. So, I mean, I'm defending my IBF belt. He's defending his WC belt. So, 2 champions fighting. So, it's definitely a legacy fight. You know, the victor of this fight, I feel like, you know, is number 1 because he has 2 belts and he's unified champion. So, you know, this is a big moment for both of us.
You know, Fred Angulo just won and he thanked out Heyman. Jerry Rock did it with upset hurt. Javante Davis just invested in some kind of trucking business. Can you talk to us about how Heyman's influence outside of boxing just guiding the fighters to a future outside of boxing?
Well, the main thing with me is even before I turned pro, like, I was deciding who I was going to sign with, you know, and Top Rank was coming at me with a big signing bonus and things like that. And it was my father really got me to sign with Al because, you know, he was saying it's not about right now, it's about later. And when I talked to Al And I was talking about, you know, life after boxing. He was talking about retirement. And I haven't had a professional fight yet. And he's talking about retirement and life after boxing. I'm like, man, what the hell are you talking about? Life after boxing? Like, I'm not worried about that right now. I'm worried about the fight. So, you know, Al always been that guy that, you know, always, like, every time I talk to him or we have a conversation about business and things like that, he always talk about life after boxing, always talk about, you know, setting us up for the long run. And, you know, boxing on a little bit part of your life. So, you know, that's why, you know, you wonder why a lot of guys stay loyal to Al, and a lot of guys, you know, don't go against the grain because, you know, he not only you're a boxer, but he cares about the person outside of boxing. So just like, you know, other fighters that he helped, like Paul Williams and a lot of guys, he pay for their funeral and stuff like that. You don't hear about what he does at things. So, I mean, you know, he helped me out a lot, different Roth RAs and different things like that, you know, to help my career out the side of boxing for my kids and stuff like that. So, you know, I never go against the grain with Al because he's been nothing but good to me, not only outside the ring, but inside the ring. So, you know, it is what it is. People can say what they want or they're loyal to Al for no reason, but, you know, he's setting us up for a future outside of boxing, not just right now.
Yeah, I know you're in the moment, but have you gave any consideration of what you want to do after boxing? You want to be a promoter? You want to have a trucking company? What do you want to do after boxing?
See, that's what I'm telling you. Al been setting me up where I don't have to do nothing without retire from boxing.
You mentioned moving to 54 twice
so
now.
I might go fishing or something. Become a little league coach or something.
You mentioned moving to 54 twice now. What fighter at 54 makes sense for you? Is there somebody that gives you a challenge at that weight?
There's a lot of guys. I mean, you got Laura. You know, you got, you know, I'm not gonna step on my bro toes, Jamel. I'm not gonna step on his toes at all, you know, because he, you know, wants to be, you know, undisputed champion. That's his weight class. We're in the same stable and stuff like that. So, you know, you got Laura that's out there, and you got a lot of different other fighters that's out there that, you know, I can fight. It makes a good fight.
Is it getting difficult for you to make 47 at all?
Nah, I just gotta start eating so much. So if I start eating so much during, like, after my fights, I'll be good. But, you know.
What's the hardest thing to stay away from at the table?
I'm in Texas, man. We got, if you ever been to Texas, we got food spots in every corner. So, man,
so what's your
hard,
post-fight? What's your victory meal?
I don't know anything that. I don't want to say that. People be like, nah, I ain't in and out. But really, I got this. I'm on Instagram. It's called like Los Angeles Eats. I follow it. So they got a whole bunch of food places and things like that. So I really don't know. Right now, I'm not really thinking about it right now. So, you know, we'll see after the fight. I like berries though. Berries good as hell. So I like their lobster pieces. So we'll see.
Okay. Thank you, Errol.
Thank you.
Thank you, Errol.
Congratulations on
Thanks for your time.